Hi everyone, my name's Will Franklin. I'm another teacher from West Dean Primary School. You're going to hear a lot from us today. What I'm going to talk about today hopefully it's not going to repeat much of what Tom's been talking about. He covered most of it, but I'm talking about using the learning platform in the infant setting now, which is the area which I work in. I'm a Year 2 teacher, and I've been working alongside the Year 1 teachers as well in introducing our lower school children onto our virtual learning environment. So as Tom would have mentioned, we've had ours since Christmas. We've moved on from another company which we found was quite restrictive onto this new one. And we have this vision to build and use a learning platform which not only actively but safely encourages children onto the internet and onto using learning environments that are digital and online, to create a resource that links with our day-to-day teaching, including the QR code, so linking with displays, but also our day-to-day learning. And also, one day, hopefully, we might be able to emulate sites such as Woodlands Junior, which you know are right at the top when it comes to online content and the quality and the quantity that they provide. But we want most of our content to be created and shared by children, much like the boy that Tom talked about. So the way we're going to do this in the infant setting is we're going to ease them in nicely by using teacher-controlled environments. And that's the good thing about learning environments, is you are in control of the whole thing. What was great about DB was, because we looked through several providers, was it was so colourful and easy to use, not just for us teachers, because there are some teachers in our school who are very ICT phobic, technophobic, and they don't like to go near it, but we're pushing them towards it, handcuffed and pulled along by a rope. So they are getting involved and they are getting online with some support. So the children have a place that they can go that they recognise as their own, and they recognise it as a safe place to go, much like other websites that they might use at home, like Club Penguin or Mushy Monsters and things like that. So this is our Year 2 hub. I call them hubs. It's our community groups, and this is where they go if they want to share something, look at something. And we've got all these different areas that they can explore, these different pages that they can go to, meet the people in our groups, gallery where they can share work. But it's also about learning the core concepts behind ICT and the ICT curriculum, which, as we know now, is becoming a bit more free to teach, including things like rules that we have for using the internet. And a problem we found previously was that a lot of younger children struggled with some of these ideas because what we were trying to use to teach them was beyond their level. So just to give an example of that, using forums and email, before we had this learning environment, where did we go to do forums and email? Can we put 6- and 7-year-olds on Gmail, signing up to Gmail email accounts to get them using email? Can we give them all the same email and just email each other that way? Both very unrealistic situations. It's the same as asking a child to sign up to Facebook so that they can see how social networking works. You can't do that because it's illegal, first of all, because you have to be 13 to go on. Yes, you get some parents who decide, oh, we've just had a lovely newborn baby, give them a Facebook account. That's a bit weird, but there you go. But there are children, we know there are children younger than 13 who use Facebook, but where do they learn how to use Facebook properly? And where do they learn how social media and social websites like virtual learning environments work and Facebook work until they actually get onto them themselves? We can't get children working on things like Hotmail and Gmail easily because it's not designed for them. There's too many things going on around it that's just going to confuse. So in our infant setting, they are using the VLE for almost every aspect of the curriculum. We've got email, and they're sending messages to each other daily almost, from home, from school. They're emailing work in, they're emailing work out. They're getting their parents involved as well. They're asking their parents to come online with them and have a look. So this is where it's worked for us. It's just using these platforms as our way of introducing the children. It's our service we've created. Obviously, DB gave us the foundations and we built up from that. And we've used their service, just like with any other virtual learning environment platform, to help children understand the world of the web, the internet, okay, and how it works. So we've created safe, structured environments that they are able to use. Taking out all the unnecessaries that young children will need to use. So this is where I conclude, so I'm not going to get the seagull thrown at me. No, don't want to tell you about it. Okay, so a controlled, child-centered environment. Take out all the ads. Oh, I could click on that, it's quite colourful. Well, that talks about a game that I played on at home. Take that away. Take away the bugs and the pop-ups and the things that just get in the way every time you try and teach 36-year-olds how to open up an email website and log on and send email. It's all about developing the skills and understanding so that when I pass the children I've got on to Tom and the other teachers in the junior age, they can get straight on with that active, really thoughtful, high-level learning because they've gone past the basics of how to log on, why we need to have sometimes a bit of a funny-looking username and have to have a password to get onto things, why security is important, how we share things. All those skills are now being developed before they reach the juniors. So as soon as they get into year 3, or even some of the year 1s before they get into year 2, can do that. And that takes away such a vast amount of time. The amount of time we spend taking children to the ICT suite, and you spend half the lesson getting them to try and log on. And that's it. You've logged on, well done. It's break time, we've got to go. We've got to log off, somebody else is coming in. So we embed these skills in, and we do that, just as I've said, through keeping it simple, keeping it structured, and most of all, making it theirs. It's their learning environment. We've helped create it for them, but they're taking it on, they're adding to it, and they are making it their own. They want to go on because it's their stuff that they want to show, not because Mr. Franklin's put something on there they want to see. It's because they put something on that they want their parents to see, their brothers to see, their friends to see. And we've got children in year 1 and year 2 logging on all the time and sending messages and updating us. And the final thing, and I'm sure most of you understand this already, but it's something I know that a lot of, that some secondary school and some other people misunderestimate a lot of the time, is that the ability of young children to adapt to this sort of technology is incredible. I was talking to some people at BET this year about the idea of having a learning platform with much younger children, and they said, well, you've got to think about the fact they're only 6, 7, they're not going to know how to use it. Well, they do, because they've seen other people doing it, they've seen their parents doing it, older brothers and sisters, and if they don't, they work it out. They click on everything. We know this. They click on everything. That's why we don't want them going on too many of these websites with all the banner ads. Okay, yeah, Mushy Monsters is there, but it's blocked. Thank you, Paul. So we want to take them into the focus, and it's all about the focus because the web is a busy place. So let's get the core skills done early using virtual learning environments, and then when they get older they have a much greater spectrum to explore. They know, oh, that last time I tried that didn't really work. What can I do now? I know this because I've tried it many times. I know the basics. Let's get on to the harder stuff. Okay, and that's all I have to say. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Like with Tom, I'm happy to talk to anyone that would like to know any more. So send anything to Tom and I'll be happy to answer if it's based towards me. But thank you very much for listening.